The wealthiest 1% of U.S. households fail to report about 21% of their income. That's according to a new study that's being published by the National Bureau of Economic Research. Researchers there found that the richest Americans use sophisticated strategies that random audits don't detect, including businesses that are set up as partnerships to pass through income to individual tax returns, avoiding taxation at the corporate level. The commissioner of the IRS referenced this new research in congressional testimony last week. He said each additional dollar spent on tax enforcement could yield $5 to $7 in revenue. But that's a good one, where individuals are pretending that they're businesses and passing that through. That's something we should really crack down on. Instead of raising rates, why don't you go after all the people who are kind of getting around at the edges and tighten things up?
I just don't understand what we're really saying here. Is it legal?
I don't think so. I think it's
then
at the very best, it's
that's evasion.
Disingenuous.
That's not avoidance. That's tax evasion.
Yeah.
And that's why
I think
say,
at the very best, it's disingenuous. You're looking to get these lower rates and pretending that you are a corporation when you're an individual who should be paying individual tax rates.
It should be clear in the law, though. Disingenuous, or those are all words. It should be clear in the law. If you're breaking the law,
it's probably a gray area.
Well, if it's a gray area, then you're bending the law, and people are going to do that.
But the law should be clearer. Make the law very clear. I mean, that's what I mean. Get rid of any of these.
If you evade taxes, you should go to jail. There are penalties where you go to jail if you are deliberately evading taxes. Now, if you're setting up sophisticated
this may be a case where it's not very right to try and work around the gray areas of the law where it's not done more clearly. This is something that we should make very clear. If you are an individual who's pretending you're a corporation, I can hear a million people. I know people who do this. Right. I can hear the excuses for why you're doing this. But as a result, you're not paying the individual tax rate for the work that you would be doing, this W-2 work. That's crazy.
But then you get into the finger pointing to real estate people or for companies that have 10-year loss carry forwards and things like that, and you have finger pointing that they're not paying their fair share when it's totally legal. So it's either evasion or avoidance.
If you need more money. Look, if you need more money, I wish that Congress would be clearer about the laws, and then the IRS would enforce those laws, rather than raising taxes on everybody who's already paying those high rates because we're not avoiding it.
Right,
I prefer to see them tighten up around the edges.
There's legal strategies that people are perfectly justified in using. Yeah, if it's legal, I would, if you can do it, that's. If it's avoidance, it's one thing. It's very clear. Avoidance is what that Supreme Court Justice, Hand, whatever his name was, said it's patriotic to make sure that you don't pay a penny more than you're supposed to pay. I know we've got patriotic millionaires who, by the way, never voluntarily pay anyway. They just lecture everyone else. But if it's evasion, you need to go to jail. And if you're not if you're not reporting income that you're supposed to report, and that's done all the time, you see people get caught doing that, and they go to jail. They're in trouble. I mean, it becomes a huge scandal. Now, if you're setting up, these intricate, that's unfortunate. Rich people can find really great accountants to set up really intricate, especially estate taxes. You think rich people pay estate taxes? They said they got all kinds of ways that they get around that. So then change the law. But if it's within the law, then, I would do it too. But
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.